And now, post-apartheid, the country is a shit pile. And it's because of the leadership, dear friends. That's why on Telegram, we've been teaching the people in South Africa principles, amen, of faith, and how to put the money in the right hands, out of the wealth of the wicked, like Cyril Ramaphosa, into the hands of the righteous, most of which are Boer, and other true believers in South Africa. To put that wealth in the hands of people that can be trusted with it, to bring that new integration system, to get that third party and the overwatch of experts, to watch the money where it comes in and goes out. And South Africa will be reconstructed back to the original glory and greater. I would even urge that the original South African flag be refurbished. Why? It's a sign that what was done in that country was a disaster. Now, if you're woke, you're not going to like that, but you can kiss my rebel ass. Just as all true prophets would tell you. Not the prissy prophets and the pillow prophets and the prissy pastors in your church and congregations, but prophets were a prick and a thorn in the side of religion. Always have been. Always will be. They were never politically correct, and they always told the truth on pain of death. If you like that kind of ministry, come join us on Telegram. We don't blow smoke up your ass. Amen. We do the real thing. Hey, did you know something? That's right. Jesus. Break it off.
You are the superstar. You.
For comment, just make sure that you take them, call them, and make arrangements with them. You just go ahead and dip right in. So basically what is happening is this, you guys. There's a video of Penwell basically saying this.
I want to live for as long as possible. I don't want to die. And I don't want to die for blacks. Blacks are like the worst thing you can ever die for. I'd rather die for like Jews. I want the Jews to send me to be Cyril and then I get assassinated. I want to die for blacks. If you look at the track record of people that died for blacks and the fact that blacks have done fuck all for them but quote them and be like, yeah, I'm a big always the take, get the fuck out of here, man.
Now, there were some people that were upset. I did see there was a lady that actually posted this video and she said that Penwell hates black people. I do not know if it's coming because he recently made an announcement, or I recently saw that announcement of him saying that he's joining AfriForum. So this is the video.
I'm going to be joining AfriForum. I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on my progress regarding that. I'm going to be printing their documents today and I'm going to be submitting those so that I can begin sending money to them every single month and adding on to the work that they're doing. Patrolling and servicing work that they do, some of the fights that they help small communities do, some of the basic service delivery that they're involved in, and some of the legal cases that they're involved in as well. One of my favorite things about AfriForum is how they hold government to account, especially pertaining to basic service delivery, some of the laws that are infringing on the rights of minorities and ordinary South Africans. And I'm very, very proud that I will be joining AfriForum and contributing just a little bit, like the other 300,000 or so members who are contributing to AfriForum to ensure that government is not abusing and oppressing citizens. I'm going to be looking to join other organizations that are doing a whole lot of good work on the ground, that are making sure that they are serving the people, that are making sure that government, whether it is the ANC, the DA, the EFF, and others, are not abusing tax money, are not abusing their power in setting laws, and are not enriching themselves in a corrupt way, in a fraudulent manner, and in a way that is not in line with the Constitution and what the people of South Africa need. This month in October, Soweto Parliament, under the leadership of Nhlanhla Lux, is going to be hosting the Olympics, and I'm going to be meeting up with Nhlanhla Lux and finding out what's happening. I know there's 1 million rand up for grabs in infrastructure, in sports infrastructure, for the neighborhood that wins at those Olympics. But I'm going to find out more about that, and I'm going to update you guys.
Now, for like maybe if some people are a bit confused and as to why some people would be offended or touched that he's joining AfriForum, I feel like this guy actually explained it proper. I want to actually just give him a shout out, and his name is Africa Research Hub. He's there on Twitter, so I'm gonna go ahead and place this video here, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
Penwell Mlodwa has announced that he's going to be joining AfriForum. Now, if you don't know Penwell, then you haven't really been on social media platforms this year, 2022. He has appeared on the G podcast, does a podcast with DJ School called The Hustler's Corner, and he has also interviewed very prominent people such as Rock Hersov, who's a billionaire. So he's announced that he's joining AfriForum. The AfriForum, the Afrikaner Minority Interest Advocacy Group. He's joining it. He's a Zulu. He's coming from a majority group in South Africa joining AfriForum. Now, there's no issue at some level with somebody exercising their political rights. It's a free country. You are able to exercise your political rights. You are able to exercise your freedom of association rights, your speech rights. Section 16, Section 18, Section 19. All of those things are legal. The question is, though, however, is there alignment between the vision of AfriForum and a black typical Zulu man's vision? Because AfriForum opposes land reform. They oppose affirmative action. They oppose inclusive language policies at universities such as the University of Stellenbosch. In fact, they don't want the University of Stellenbosch to be an English co-medium university with Afrikaans. They don't like that. They generally take positions opposed to the EFF, the ANC, the Premier. Now, when he was education, MEC in Gauteng would get a lot of adversity from AfriForum, because you would go into the schools where the racist incidents were happening and they would always pick fights with him. So, as much as everyone is entitled to make the kind of moves that they need to make, take care of their families, secure bags, everything, and I don't know which of those motives are driving what he's doing. For me, my biggest issue with AfriForum is that even though they have Afri in the name, it's not, with the broader African agenda. And sometimes they are directly contradicting African interests.
Now, ninjas, for me, when it comes to this whole situation, I feel like the biggest problem that we have is that we want our values, we want our beliefs to be other people's beliefs, and that can't be. We are just simply too different. He's not coming out here on the internet and basically giving us, this is how you should think, this is what you should say, this. That's not what we is doing. And just because we've got different opinions on things, it does not even make us enemies. It just means we're different people, and that is okay, unless if you're somebody that believes that children should be abused, molested, and killed, then you is just a horrible person and we need to bring you down. So basically, guys, honestly, when it comes to this, him saying that he wouldn't die for black people, I also wouldn't. Would you? Would they say they're taking you back to 19 what and you need to fight for the freedom of blacks? Would you go there in the time of apartheid and fight for your people with high chances of knowing that you can die? Most people want to just talk, but you are not going to do the action, trust and believe it or not, because as he's saying, he literally has a valid point in my opinion, because that's how I also view it. If you said send me back to people, no, I ain't dying for black people. I would die for kids. I would die for black kids. I feel they're innocent, but no, not black people, like in general, no. Look at Africa, guys. Look at Africa. Everything that our ancestors fought for, what have you got? We're still in slavery. Guys, we're still in slavery. The only thing that happened is that apartheid moved. We can now go to the same bathrooms as whites. We can now go to the same beach. We can go and swim together if that's what you want. The people, but But when it comes to other things, I honestly, like, the difference I see is that more people are jobless now. You know, more people are jobless. And people have been so spoiled. I just can't. I honestly just cannot. Because when you talk, especially South Africans, we are so sensitive. For broke people who are sensitive. As a country, we is broke. But the sensitivity we have, we want to be as sensitive as Americans. Americans are rich. Would you go and die for black people? I wouldn't die for any other race, but I am dying for black people. We're not doing that, honey. Because even with apartheid, those that died, sometimes I feel like I don't want to say it, and I feel so sorry. They could have sat home with their wives and cooked, eat whatever it is that they were eating, because what they fought for is shameful today. What has the ANC done to the country? Run it down and still oppress the same black people that our ancestors fought for. And you're expecting to come out here and be like, yeah, I'll die for black people. For what? As a continent, the fact that we are the richest continent in the world, yet the poorest of them all, it should show you. And this is the only continent that is black-red. It's only black people that are running us. All these countries in Africa, and what the poorest, yes, our continent is the richest. Why? Because a black man will refuse a deal that will benefit the community 80 billion rands, or not even 80, 1 trillion rands, because they refused to bribe him 500 billion. Was so, I feel like screaming. Let me not talk about other countries. Let me talk about my own, South Africa. They will bribe you with the cheapest price. They'll give you 350 rands to stay in the house whilst they loot 500 billion. And you expect somebody to go out there and fight for black people for what? So that the next people that come in will just oppress the same black people. Child. Be fair. Be fair. So I don't understand people that were out there basically attacking him and calling him. I'm saying that he actually hates black people. I was like, okay, you're saying he hates black people? In which way? I don't see any hate. He's black.